The heavyweight division, boxing's premier weight class, where the biggest men produce the most devastating finishes. As the old maxim reminds us, the thriving heavyweight scene drives the sport and generates excitement. Currently, three main men sit at the peak. Tyson Fury, the lineal champion and recognized king on the throne, all set to fight arch-nemesis Deontay Wilder for the third time, with a plan to finally vanquish the Alabama banger.
Wilder, contract signed, you get smashed. When I say smashed, I mean smash, 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 bang!
Fury's domestic rival, Anthony Joshua, also stakes a claim for the crown. Holding three of the belts that matter, Joshua craves undisputed
It's not about the opponent,
status.
it's about the legacy and the belt. Whoever's got the belt, I'd love to compete with them. If that is Tyson Fury, let it be Tyson Fury.
As the trio plot their next moves, several untested names hover around the top 10, stalking the landscape. With the next danger man poised to emerge, the status quo is under threat. The brightest lights of the future are in place, vying to become the next king of the heavyweight division.
The idea is that that's a good right hand, and Dinu goes down, landed flush.
In today's video, we take an up-close look at the next generation of heavyweights and ask the question, who will be the next king of the heavyweight division? A tall and physically imposing beast, what Filip Hergovich lacks in athleticism, he makes up for in punching power. Only a couple of foes have managed to last any type of distance against the Croatian destroyer who was handled by the Sauerlands and has already been showcased on some high-profile undercards. In 2019, he was featured as part of the supporting cast to Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz in Saudi, alongside Dillian White. That was a chance for Hergovich to size up some potential future opponents.
I think I'm ready for everyone. I want to fight the biggest name in the division. That's my wish from beginning. And I hope so some of these warriors will accept fight with young guy from Croatia.
Aside from the likes of perennial survivor Kevin Kingpin Johnson, Hergovich has made light work of some of the usual contenders and pretenders placed in front of him so far.
Shot down right hand and down goes Gregory Corbin. I think he was buzzed up from that earlier one.
The Croatian has clearly stated that the time for hanging around is over. Filip Hergovich is ready and willing to face the biggest names in the heavyweight division.
But I want the best in the division. And come on guys, sign that contract. Everyone who we send the contract, they declined. So I'm not so tough. Come on, sign the contract.
The most accomplished fighter on our list is undoubtedly Alexander Yushk. Not only is the Ukrainian an Olympic gold medalist and decorated amateur, but he remains unbeaten across 18 contests and boasts multiple world title victories in the pro ranks.
He's really closing this gap with real, minimum effort push. And lights out for Tony Bellew, and Alexander Usyk finds the answer and cements his place as the world cruiserweight king.
When Yushk defeated Murat Gassiev to win the World Boxing Super Series final in 2018, he unified all four titles at cruiserweight, winning every meaningful fight on the road, often in an opponent's backyard. Usyk's run at 200 pounds was nothing short of magnificent.
And now the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk.
Things have not run as smoothly for the Cat since he followed in the footsteps of Evander Holyfield by moving up to heavyweight with a desire to take on the biggest and baddest men on the planet. Niggling injuries, fight postponements, and a less than explosive heavyweight debut win over Chaz Witherspoon led some to pour scorn on the sublime southpaw.
For Usyk, and now some success. Usyk goes to work. This might not be far away.
Derek Chisora also gave him a good workout early on in Usyk's second heavyweight outing. However, once again, Usyk showed his prolific engine and innate ring intelligence to solve the puzzle and control Chisora from the middle rounds onwards.
Right hand back from Chisora. Oh, good action. action here in the 7th, and Usyk opening up, and now he's backing Chisora up.
It is those traits that make the 34-year-old such a dangerous threat to the current heavyweight champions. He may be slightly smaller in stature, but his output across 12 rounds cannot be discounted.
Champion Alexander Usyk.
Despite turning pro at a relatively advanced age, London's Joyce is already making up for any lost time by fast-tracking his progress towards world titles.
And a big left hand putting him down.
The juggernaut may not always be the most pleasing on the eye, with his average hand speed and sometimes lumbering frame, but Joyce can traverse the distance at a swift pace and holds solid fundamentals born out of a successful stint in the amateur ranks.
He may just swing. Oh, good shot. Right at the end of it. And it is. Yeah. It's been stopped.
Joyce's breakout win as a professional came in late 2020, when he employed the perfect strategy to defuse Dubois' vaunted power by boxing behind a ramrod jab while avoiding the incoming bomb.
Remember, defend yourselves at all times. Check it.
A deflated, beaten-up Dubois wanted no more after round 10. Joyce's rampant rangefinder had rendered the younger man's left eye unfit for purpose.
Yes, there are flashes of what he can do, and we all know that the power he's got, but he's probably not working hard enough, and he's just being outworked a little bit. Oh dear, it's the left eye, and he's gone down. He's gone down with a jab.
The 35-year-old has only heard the final bell once against world-level operator Bryant Jennings. All of Joyce's other victims have been dispensed with before time.
I think you thought he was going to go. I think you thought he was. Oh, he's gone now. Big left hand. And I don't think he's going to get to his feet. I think this is a first-round stoppage for Joyce right on the bell.
Joyce may have his detractors, but he will provide a tough night's work for any of the champions. A hard-hitting Russian dynamo with plenty of potential for excitement, Murat Gassiev's career is in desperate need of a swift reboot. In 2016, Gassiev outlasted Russian veteran Denis Lebedev to claim the IBF title at cruiserweight.
Возможно, тактика именно на то, что Денис по печени попадает Гассиев. Вот как раз...
A knockout first defense against Poland's experienced former world title holder Krzysztof Włodarczyk formally introduced Gassiev's ability to the viewers of the WBSS, as well as the wider boxing public.
If it's up rope, don't fix it, Ray. No questions. Gassiev with an uppercut, followed by a body shot, and down goes Włodarczyk.
A 2018 knockout of undefeated power puncher Lineal enabled Gassiev to become a unified champion and further signal his prowess.
Surge of Dortikov once again. Oh my goodness! A single left hook has sent Dortikov down to the canvas.
Competing in the final of the World Boxing Super Series against fellow champion Alexander Usyk, many observers not only struggled to pick a winner, but favored Gassiev to prevail. Usyk's non-stop movement, superior boxing skills, and prodigious work rate left Gassiev in the dust.
Usyk has established his supremacy in the final third of the contest, and he has done so with an unrelenting punch output that has bamboozled and bewildered Murat Gassiev to a large extent.
Consistently struggling to remain within the confines of the 200-pound weight class, Gassiev has since made the inevitable venture up to heavyweight to plot a new course to world title glory.
Первая внятная серия. По сути, левый прямой, левый сбоку, правый прямой.
Built like a tank and still relatively young for a heavyweight, if the 27-year-old can reignite the same form that saw him enjoy the fruitful IBF title reign at cruiserweight, then he could become a serious threat to some of the top names in the heavyweight division. For a long time, promoter Frank Warren has been educating the British boxing public on the virtues and capability of his young heavyweight charge, Daniel Dubois.
Oh, not that time though. And that, I think, will be good night, Kayataro Fujimoto.
A fine physical specimen with ferocious fighting instincts, Daniel is viewed by some as the heir to the Anthony Joshua throne.
Carefully, and now, oh, that's surely it. Massive right hand, and it is all over in the first round, and a colossal right hand from Daniel Dubois.
After dispensing with 15 foes, 14 inside the distance, Dubois' meeting with Joyce was intended to push him on to that next level. Unfortunately for Dubois' supposed progression, it was in fact a step too early.
And now the new British, Commonwealth, and European heavyweight champion, Joe the Juggernaut Joyce.
Now training with Shane McGuigan, Dubois is seeking to recalibrate his career following the Joyce defeat.
This is a start over, so let's make it right this time. I don't want to step too far back. I want to get back to where I was and go even further than before, and I want to make this comeback the best part of my career. And I need a fresh start, and Shane is perfect for it.
A recent win over Bogdan Dinu shows that the comeback is already back on track.
The idea is that that's a good right hand, and Dinu goes down, landed flush. Now, can the big man get up? Is it going to be all over right now? He's counted out on his knees, and Daniel Dubois gets a second round knockout win.
Formerly with the PBC, F.A. Ajogba now has Bob Arum and Top Rank guiding his route to the summit. Ajogba will be looking to follow in the footsteps of the charismatic Nigerian nightmare Samuel Peter, whose fan-friendly power-punching style saw him grab the WBC heavyweight title.
And Nick Jones.
Like Peter, F.A. can certainly bang. In 2018, opponent Curtis Harper chose to climb through the ropes in protest and exit the ring rather than face Ajogba.
And Curtis Harper has walked out of the ring.
Wait, what?
I cannot believe this.
I've never seen this before.
He walked out of the ring.
He's not fighting this guy.
He walked out of the ring.
I've never seen this before in my life.
Even though he can appear stiff and upright at times, Ajogba's style is likely to lend itself to exciting contests. In 2019, both Ajogba and Georgian opponent Iago Kiladze were hurt and dropped in a wild 5-round affair.
You know, the strength of his condition is keeping him.
I know he knocks down Ajogba out of nowhere. How about that?
I trained Iago for
That's a beautiful right hand by Ajogba.
Ajogba is a capable boxer with a chilling right-hand equalizer. Most recently, casualty Brian Howard certainly found that out when he was erased in the third.
Are you kidding me?
That's it.
Thunder strikes, and it comes from F.A. Ajogba. Absolutely devastating knockout, one-punch power.
Whether or not the 27-year-old reaches the apex of the heavyweight division, it's sure to be a wild ride along the way.